Supernanny, we need your help.
Oh dear, we've got some work to do, right? Dad, keep a lid on that temper. And Mum, get ready, because we're about to do some work. I'll see you both soon.
All right, there she is, parenting expert Jo Frost. Of course, we all know her and love her from the Supernanny show.
Yes, and now she's going to help you find that same peace. Jo Frost is joining us on the couch today, and she has her new book, Jo Frost's Toddler Rules, your 5-step guide to shaping proper behavior. Welcome, Jo. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you.
We've seen you tackle some really out of control children. How do these situations even get so out of hand?
Well, it's about parents feeling not in control of how to discipline and feeling maybe afraid to discipline or feeling caught between wondering how to raise children respectful with the correct conduct of behaviour. And I think what's really important is to be able to communicate and shape that behaviour, and that's why I wrote the book, because so many people were coming up to me in the streets or writing to me via email. I feel out of control, my toddlers start to behave a certain way, I don't know how to be able to control that behaviour, and I see that when it comes to eating, I see that when my children are out on play dates. So it was important for me to be able to teach parents the importance of becoming more disciplined. So if I can bridge the gap between parents understanding what they need to implement with their toddlers, we eliminate all of those issues and those problems in those areas.
And I do like the book. You go through it hour by hour, almost through the day. But what age are we talking about?
Toddlers.
Define toddler.
From just over a year to about 5 years old.
So when does the discipline start? I mean, when does...
Well, implementing discipline where you may use a naughty step or corner or take away certainly toys can start around 2 years, because that's when your child is more developed in their cognitive skills, in understanding, following instruction. But we use tone of our voice much earlier, around the sort of 13, 14 months, so that our children understand through our tone what's acceptable and what isn't. Okay. But we also need to understand the importance of the toddler years, which is really about learning and about exploration, and children having that freedom to be able to do that. It's not about combining and controlling our toddlers, it's about giving them the freedom, but also keeping them within a space of being able to explore as well.
Well, let's talk about the 5 steps. If you could walk us through these. These are the 5 steps to proper behavior. And you go through these in the book, so go ahead with the first one.
Yeah, I mean, it's important with respect to understanding how much sleep our children need.
And a lot of people are not getting sleep themselves, and their children aren't getting sleep either.
No, that's right. And I mean, look, sleep deprivation affects us all as a society.
Yes.
You know, so the book covers what we need to learn as adults as well. The importance of us all being energised, reducing those irritable mood swings, understanding that it thrives for, you know, education, and for us to have more energy and more patience as well.
You also cover food as well.
The importance of nutrition.
Yes.
The appropriate amounts. Being able to introduce a variety of different foods and textures to our children so we create good habits.
You also talk about how important it is to let the kids play.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just literally being able to introduce your children to having play dates and learning how to share and enjoying the experience.
Yep.
How early should you socialize them, though? How early would you say you should have them going on play dates?
Well, I think really we start off at kinder, but we all have friends that have babies. I mean, you know, you have a little one, so going around and having a coffee with another mother,
just
and the baby's on the baby gym mat, and you know, playing. I mean, start it early. It's healthy.
It is.
It's healthy for mother and for baby,
Definitely.
as well as, you know, the toddlers as they get older as well.
Yes.
Okay, so we've covered sleep, we've covered food, and we've covered play. What about learning?
Yeah, absolutely key. You know, our children are going to learn in those very informative early years through interaction, through one-to-one. Incredibly important, because what we see is a lot of brain development. They're soaking up that information, they're learning those skills. And so let's throw away the iPads and all the electronic babysitters, and let's spend the time actually interacting with our children so that they're learning.
How much time, and I think you do cover it in the book, would you say that people should allow their children in front of a television or in front of an iPad? Because that's a big debate.
Yes, it is. In the early toddler years, I don't really feel we should be doing anything more than 30 minutes.
Daily, or is that weekly?
No, I think that's daily. I mean, the American pediatrics will tell you no, but we live in a real world
realistically
here, okay, and we know that parents are going to.
Yeah.
So, you know, if a toddler's 3 years old and they're watching a little 15-minute animation cartoon, I think that's fine. You know, or they're spending maximum of 2 13-minute sessions, that's fine. But anything more than that, children need to be really learning with their primary carer.
Well, and finally, manners. Before you get going, you know, teaching kids manners, that also has a lot to do with it.
Manners, etiquette, social conduct. I mean, we've all seen where that spirals out of control and then becomes society's problem.
Wow.
You know, it's about setting the example as parents and teaching under your roof. Teaching under your
I'll tell you, great tips and great time advice, and the responsibility of the parents clearly laid out. Jo Frost, thank you so much for joining us. And you can meet Jo at her book signing tonight at 5:30 p.m. at Dylan's Candy Bar.
Oh my God, I love that place.
Sugar High for the kids. Or tomorrow night at 7 p.m. at Books and Greetings. That's in Northville, New Jersey.
Yes, awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.